Guys, welcome back to a brand new podcast with your boy DB. Sabka swagat hai back to the channel. And I'm not sure if you guys saw the post a couple of days ago, but we're going to be starting a podcast on the channel called Middle Stump Banter, where we're going to be going over Cricket 26, some topics regarding the game, patches, along with that real world cricketing events as well. And I'm sure you guys have seen the DB-CB collaboration on the channel before with Cricket 19, but you guys have not seen CB, how he looks like, because he's not on a face review on the channel yet. You guys have seen me through a couple of the vlogs, but not CB yet. So it's the first episode of the Middle Stump Banter podcast series, and present to you guys live now, CB.
What is up,
Hey, let's
DB
go.
fam?
What's
Bro,
good?
it's been almost like 5 years of working together, and now you finally bring me on the channel. Very nice.
So better late than never. So,
Better late than never.
uh,
Like RCB
but
this year.
yeah, but as you guys can see, we've got the winning championship jerseys on as well. It's gotta represent.
Yeah, of course. I
So,
mean, we're not Adidas sponsored, but if they want to sponsor,
yeah, go
bro,
ahead. Yeah, nothing
go
should
ahead.
be.
The podcast needs some sponsors, guys.
Yeah, but that intro you guys just saw, Chris is CB, bro. He locked in. I'm sure you guys got the reference in the intro as well. So, great job to CB for the intro. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. Me and CB were thinking of like creative ideas to put on the channel, and that's where like a podcast could be like really nice and unique because not many creators are doing this in terms of like the big and studio community creators. So it's a good little like fun idea. So I really hope you guys enjoy the first episode. But today we're gonna be doing a Cricket 26 1 month review because CB has also got the game. He got the game 2 weeks ago, and we've been playing online till then. Not sure if you guys saw Twitter, but yeah, we've been reaching out to Ross as well here and there regarding the online game mode. But yeah, today we're gonna be reviewing if Cricket 26 is worth the buy or no, because I got comments of people asking like if it's worth buying or no, because people who have Cricket 24 like they want to know if it's a big jump or no. So that's why we're gonna be diving deep into what's new in this game and what are some aspects they've worked on with some features from previous games as well. So let's not waste too much time. We're gonna get right into the podcast. Anything CB you want to mention before we start?
No, I mean, I think you said it perfectly. I mean, I was with Cricket 19 from literally the pandemic, so I've been playing it since 2020. And, I did get 24 because I thought, that was going to be the next game changer in the cricket video game space. But I think like the jump to 26, as we're going to see later now, it's just been incredible. Honestly, like they've really buckled down and got in so many new animations, so many new partnerships, and you can see that they really took their time in this game. And yeah, let's jump into it. Hella features to go into.
Yes, sir. A lot of features to go into. So let's start off first by talking about a really big jump, which they've got, like a new addition actually, which is new bowling styles and batting styles. So we'll take a look at a couple of the new bowling styles which they've got. So, guys, a big jump I think in this game was we've already got like bowling and batting styles licensed from Cricket 22 and Cricket 24, but the fact that we got like some of the Indian players licensed now in terms of the bowling styles, like it gave me the real cricket vibes because that's something they worked on earlier this year with the new update which they got, but we haven't got that. We hadn't got that since Cricket 26. So it's great that they've actually added this in the game now because firstly I'm going to be showing you guys the batting and bowling style. So we'll start off with the batting style. There's so much more options now, to be honest, in terms of like, especially if you're playing career mode, which batting style suits you. Along with that, the different styles which they've already got for the players, it just makes it a little bit more realistic. Along with that, it's just a lot more custom options as well, especially if you're playing career mode. But yeah, CB, like, what have you noticed so far since you've like played Cricket 26, especially the career mode with the ball
I
with the
mean,
batting?
you said it best. I think when it comes to taking the game to the next level, it's all about bringing what we see on the field to the virtual space. And I mean, with the batting styles especially, I mean, you can really see that. I'm not sure if they actually worked with the players to replicate it, or if they just looked at lots of footage and brought that into the game. But you just see like it's exactly like how you see it on TV, and you see the different like cuts in the game as well. Like you see like just the foot placement, just the way the grip of the bat, the way they're actually meeting the ball, like all these little things that we don't really think about. It seems like Big N has really taken, gone in with a microscope almost and got each one of these details perfectly. And I mean, it's one of those things like when we saw the game the first time, we always have that thought like in the trailer, like, are we gonna get this game? Are we gonna get the same gameplay when we actually use it? and exactly what they did. I mean, the batting styles have been phenomenal so far.
Yeah, I agree honestly. And along with the batting style, the bowling style, like as they're going through it on the screen, like just getting the Indian players license. Like I know we've had licensed bowling style in the past as well with like Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad, and stuff from Cricket 22, but getting like Hardik Pandya, Shami, Kuldeep Yadav, it just like it just made playing the IPL like so much better, and the Indian team as well, even though they're not licensed in the game, of course. But
Yeah.
having those licensed bowling styles like just makes even it just feels like the Indian team is licensed as well, along with just excluding a couple of players. But really props to Big Ant for getting this first because it's a small thing but makes a big difference, to be honest.
Nah, dude. I mean, like literally, I think one of those accounts on Twitter that they had like posted like all those like little bowling actions. I mean, they even had like they had Glenn McGrath, they had Dale Stein, they had Andrew Flintoff. I mean, these are guys that like they're so like past their playing days, but they still kind of brought their actions into the game. And I think like even then, it's just like. I mean, the fact that they took the time to do that was really cool. I mean, I initially, when you look at the way the game plays, obviously, yes, it is a little smoother. I think it definitely has improved in that sense. But I mean, even visually, when you see it, the bowling actions have been really, really amped up this time.
Yeah, I agree honestly. But if I were to ask you, what's your favorite like licensed bowling style that they've added, like a new bowling style?
New bowling style. I mean, the one that definitely stood out to me was Hardik's. I think like even when I
Yeah,
see new bowl to me, it's a very similar action. But yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that one initially, and I was just like, okay, this is they've definitely amped it up from 24. I mean, 24 was big for the licenses, but this one you actually feel like the game has really progressed so much. So I think Hardik's for me was really good. Um, yeah, I think even the Dale Steyn one, I think that was probably a good one as well. Because
yeah.
I mean, two RCB fans here, we've seen that in quite a bit.
Yeah, that
So
Suresh Raina.
no, definitely great. But yeah, moving on. What do you think about the new management mode?
Oh,
Do
the
you
new
like that?
management. Honestly, like firstly, when that initially came out, right? I feel like that was people were mostly curious about that game mode. Even I was, to be honest, because I haven't played other games that have management career mode. So for me, I was trying to like before making the patch videos, I was like, let me understand what this mode even is before I explain because it's a big feature. First time we're getting in a cricket game, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like getting that feature was a big jump because firstly, there's other sport games that have it already,
Yeah.
but along with that, just gives people a lot more control over how they want to play the game because you only have play now in tournaments and career mode, right? But this is sort of giving you play now from a coach perspective, just a lot more hands-on with the player forms and everything. Like we'll show you guys now in a little bit.
I mean, so yeah, I think with the management career mode overall, I think they've given you a lot of control in that sense. For me, I think it was a great addition, especially after the Test series for us in India. Gave me a chance to see what Gambhir should have done and make the team a little better. So
Yeah, I know the first player who you didn't play in the playing 11, but
yeah. I won't say no controversies.
no controversies. Yeah, we keep it family friendly.
Family. No, but I think it's definitely good. I mean, I think overall that's definitely one of those things that we see in other sports games. I think especially for me playing FIFA, one of those other games that has almost as much as reach is football career, football manager, and I think it's like a very similar type of setup in terms of creating your team and dealing with all those different aspects, like fitness and form and things like that. And the fact that Big End really just packaged it all together in one game is really cool. So I'm glad they brought that in there. I think that's a lot of fun for all of us.
No, I agree 100%. And something I noticed that they brought in, like, it was in career mode as well. But in career mode, only when you're a captain, you get to, like, really have control. But imagine career mode, though. Um, it shows you the players' forms as well, right? So initially, I had
Yeah.
no idea this was going to be a feature as well because I haven't played this sort of game mode in other games, right? But like it's so much fun because that actually gives you more control. Of course, you can be a little biased. You can now play the players you want to play, and of course, we all know who. But anyways, though, like it just gives you so much more control. I feel like over the players' form. Like one comment I do have here is about career mode and management career mode is they have brought in a new feature which will go later on in this video with the team rankings. But if they had player rankings, that would have been a cool like feature for career mode and management career mode because then you sort of know which player you want to play more because he's the number one batsman in the world or number one bowler, right? So
Yeah.
it's that feature would have been nice, but I think firstly having this jump already because I'm not sure how long you guys have been following began Studios 4. But when Cricket 24 came out from Cricket 22, like people were disappointed because it just felt like a DLC with IPL licenses. I'm sure CB will agree as well. Like the gameplay
Yeah.
was very similar to the previous game. So we're already getting this with the whole management career mode, inboxing news. Like you get some small like articles how you've been selected or your player performance from the last game or last series. So definitely features that they've added that has taken this mode up, and it's a completely new mode. So that's a good thing as well for this game, that people didn't have high expectations and we got more than what we expected, to be honest. So it's a good feature that they've added. But yeah, I think moving on now, because we talk about management career mode, let's go over career mode now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think another big feature that has been a staple for the last couple of years with the cricket games from Big End has been the career mode. And I mean, this year I think they've really added in some things that we see on the outside as fans, and it's kind of given that realistic aspect when you play it. You have the player form, you have the player energy as well, and when you look at those aspects, and when you get to be the captain and selected in your career mode, you get to choose based on that. And I think DB and we've played a career mode over the last 2-3 weeks, so I think both of us have reached captaincy in our respective careers. So like with that, I think we've probably talked about it as well. When we're choosing the 11, we kind of feel like very much like a captain almost. We're trying to look and see how the players reacting and how they're whether their form is up to the mark. And we always hear about these things as fans, and it's like it's a cool element to kind of bring it into the game. And you can kind of see that even if that ranking isn't necessarily that high, if the player is in form, sometimes playing him over maybe a higher ranked player is probably better. So like I think it's definitely a great addition, and I love it. How about you?
No, I agree 100%. Honestly, like just having these features in the game just makes it so much better. And we sort of went over like a couple of these features in the management career mode as well. But firstly, just having the inbox and news, like I had no idea that feature was there until after my first few games. I was like, okay, damn, I can actually go and see my performance and what the coach thought of it, in terms of like how I can better perform. Along with that, like you also get news of other squad selections. So for example, like I wanted to get in for the India tour of Afghanistan for the 1 day series because they said I was very close to getting in. But then it told me that the squad's already been selected. So then I'm like, okay, like, it's already been done. I can move on from this. I shouldn't expect anything. So it's very small things, to be honest, but it just makes a big difference because it makes the game more realistic when you're playing career mode. Along with that, a new feature which they have got is now you can see the team rankings. So now you can see the 1 day format, test format, and T20 format rankings for both men and women. And this is a great addition as well, I feel like, because it lets you know where your team is at currently. When you're playing Australia, for example, you don't know if they're doing well currently in the Cricket 26 world or they're not doing that great. So that's a great feature. I wish they had a feature like this for your player as well, just so you know where you are in terms of the other players around the world. But I'm sure that's something they'll add along the line, like not a big factor. But yeah, these match performance reports, along with that, the new rankings that shows you where your team is at amongst other teams in the world, I think it takes it to the next level. And yeah, like small things I think they've also added in the new patch update was I think it now allows you to like spectate as a player as well, which is a cool addition. Yeah, so that's great. And it gives you small objectives. Like I'm not sure exactly what the objectives were, but I think it's like score 3 boundaries and get a wicket for like more like just better performance. So small goals you have in the game. That's something when you're playing the game as well. You're not just playing for selection for the other series. You're trying to like make sure that these specific goals will help you achieve the best output for future matches and series. So it's small things like that as well. But definitely career mode has got a big jump compared to the previous career modes. But I think one of the biggest features which we got in this game overall is the fielding, though. Like, what's your take on the fielding in Cricket 26?
Bro, that's like one thing when I watched the trailer in November, and you see that like animation of that one-handed catch like that. I'm like, in my head, I was thinking like, there's no way they brought that into the game, and now it's like we got our hands on the game and we're getting one of those catches almost every match, and it's just amazing. They've animated it so smoothly. I know they've recently added another catching animation when you're diving forward to catch the ball.
Yes. Actually, when we go down a little bit, we have a clip. Yeah, I've got a clip.
Oh, we have a clip. Nice.
Yeah, I agree. It just makes it like it's not guaranteed when you hit the ball to the fielder that it's going to be caught, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I've had instances where because I played the shot so well and I went close to the fielder, he dived for the catch, but ball went through him. That's something that can happen any day in a real game as well. Had
Yeah.
it been cricket 19 or cricket 22, it just would have been caught. Like,
Yeah.
surprisingly, if as much as a good shot it was from me, it would just be caught because the fielder was there to catch the ball, right? But because I timed it well and it was a good cut shot, like the fielder dived, it just went through the fielder, right?
True.
So it's small things like that. But yeah, I've definitely got a clip which I'll show you guys, and that's what CB just mentioned with the new fielding which we've got, how the player sort of like dives in front of the ball and just does the little roll. But I wish they got this along with, like, I don't know if you know, like during IPL games sometimes like it's those controversial catches, right?
Oh yeah.
Had they taken those to the third umpire, like that would have been like pretty sick. But still, like it's still something. It's a start, of course. Like we're not expecting big things, but here's the clip that CB was mentioning about as well. How you can now see the fielder sort of. So here he hasn't, of
Yeah.
course, he hasn't caught the ball, but just the way he's charged in and he's rolled. This would be like a major factor, especially if the ball would have been catchable, right? So it's small things like that. Like for example, had that been closer to the fielder, there would have been a pretty good chance that he would have caught the ball because of the roll. So yeah, like I think it's definitely taking it to the next level.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this to DB the other day because we were reading. We always are on Twitter, and we always is hearing what the fans are saying about the game. And I've heard things about like the animations. Sometimes they're a bit too dramatic. Sometimes the diving is a bit too exaggerated. But like if you understand like the game mechanics, especially in a sports video game, a lot of it depends on the how well you hit the shot, and as well
Yeah,
as proximity to the where the ball is, with respect to the fielder.
yeah,
If let's say like DB, me and you are playing, and I bowl one, and you maybe hit it a bit too early, and it goes up, and
yeah,
you have a fielder that has to run to it. The animation logic might be to just dive for it, as opposed in reality, you just kind of run under it and kind of trying to catch it over like that.
yeah,
So, sometimes the game logic and the animation logic maybe don't line up, perfectly, but the
yeah,
end result is always going to be, based on your shot. So if you
yeah,
play a bad shot, you're going to get caught. If you play a good
yeah,
shot, it's going to go through the fielder. So in
100%.
terms of reality, in terms of the realism of the game, I think that is one area that they've absolutely nailed.
Yeah,
It might not be visually appealing or visually the same that what you expect, but
yeah,
overall, I think, that's one thing that along with what we're going to get into next, the precision of our shots. I think even the precision of the fielding has been phenomenal. So that's definitely something. If you buy the game, you're going to really enjoy that.
well, I agree 100%. Yeah, the fielding has taken to the next level. I'm glad that they've added this because we haven't got this since like I still feel like the biggest jump we got was DBC 17 to Cricket 19.
Yeah.
After that, it was just like small DLCs, right? So this game actually feels like a new game. Like that's how it should feel like. So it's good that they've done this. But I feel like as much as they focused on IPL with the stadiums and everything from the last few games, along with that, getting more licenses. The Ashes, though, I feel like they've been known for the Ashes. That's been one of their main objectives. They call it the official game of the Ashes.
Yes.
And where they've taken the Ashes to the next level, especially with the new patch update we got a couple of weeks ago with the press conference now. Like,
Yeah.
taking it to like, one step higher now, like, honestly.
Yeah, no, and I think like that's something that we've seen in like other games also, like the press conference
Yeah.
and things like that. But like, they've gotten, they got the backdrop, they got the whole table set up. It feels, like they've really done their homework here. They've really taken the game, from initially just a cricket simulation game, right, to like, okay, this is like we're bringing the world of cricket to
Yeah.
your console, to your homes, and it's like you literally get to feel like you're part of that world. And I think like when you have a experience like that, and it's these little small things too, like this is only
Yeah.
just a jump after maybe 2 years. It really gets you to feel very hopeful for what the next game is going to be like, even though we just had this game for only a couple of weeks. It
Yeah.
definitely feels very promising that Big Ant is really going to make their mark in the video game world, if not already.
No, I agree. Yeah, yeah. And just like, even if you just take Ashes to the starting point, like, how we just saw the screen, right? The whole like overlay, the layout, like this, the
Yeah.
design, I feel like they're taking it to the next level. Along with on the home screen, you now see like the pictures and results as well. They update it like as each match goes on, right? So
Yeah.
as much as they prioritize like IPL licenses and other things as well, they made sure this game they take Ashes and they work on it, especially because of this whole step-by-step process of starting the tour as well, right? With the whole squad selection. Along with that same concept there, you see the players' forms. Then you make your playing 11 for the first test match. You have the option to take rest or do some practice before the first match. These are things that are like actually what happens, right? Then you have the press conference before the first game starts. Initially, we would just go straight to playing 11 and starting the game, right? So these small factors were missed, and it's good to see that they've actually like considered focusing on these things. Like we did get press conference in Cricket 22, I believe.
Yeah.
But with the latest patch, I think they put the sponsor, the Cricket Australia logo at the back. Along with that, now while doing the press conference, they show you the questions. Along with that, the journalists as well, like who have come for the press conference. So just small things, honestly, not big factors, but it just overall makes a bigger picture.
Absolutely. I think when you have things like this, I mean, I think it just adds so much more to the realism. I'll keep saying, I think I probably said realism about 10 times, but the game just feels very, real. And
That's the best.
I love it.
Honestly,
Okay.
like, I know as much as you've said realism like a few times, but I agree because like it's clearly showing that's what they've worked on, right? Because
Yeah.
like it's small things. One thing, what I said, small things that make add up to the big picture and just make things not perfect, but just make things the way they're supposed to be. Like, so just going through this whole process. Like, I'm sure eventually they'll bring this for IPL as well. Like, of course, we don't know if the IPL will be fully licensed. That's a question for later, which we can dive deep into about if you guys want to know. But for sure, I'm sure like they will bring these factors into regular matches, regular tours as well. Just a matter of time. But I'm just really happy the way they've taken the Ashes to the next level with these small steps, and it shows the team confidence as well. So I'm sure once you go to the first Test match, whoever wins the first, they will be more confident. They have a better chance of winning the second match as well. Again, a very small factor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but like I think with the Ashes, as much as they've taken it to the next level, something which they've also worked on behind the scenes, I feel like which they didn't mention too much in the notes when the game came out, was commentary. Like
Oh, wait.
it's a very, again, very small thing. Commentary has been something very important because it's a very major factor in the game, especially if you're like someone who like if I'm recording, let's just say I'll keep it off for example, but if I'm having trying to have fun, just play a game. Oh, this intro as well, we'll get into it in a little bit. Superb intro, by the way. Like, well done to Big Answers for adding this.
Amazing intro.
Yeah, Cricket 19 had an intro. Not sure what happened afterwards. Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah, I guess maybe it's the yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a method of removing a few things, adding it back with the rain and everything. Which we're going to this podcast as well about the rain. But yeah, like even the commentary while the players are taking the field and the batters are like the openers are coming out, instead of just saying, oh, like Zach Crawley's opening the batting for England, like it will actually go over their previous series. Of course, like in this Cricket 26 hypothetical world, like it'll just come up with a random stat that the last series against India, like he had a good series, so he should perform in this series and has high expectations.
Yeah.
Again, a very small factor, but definitely they've worked on the commentary factor as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like one of the things that I think initially when I my first game in Cricket 26 was the career mode, and when I played it, and that was the first thing that stuck out to me because I think DB, I played 24 for a very small time, and I remember hearing the commentary. Of course, we had Gilly on commentary for the first time, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And I know they added some new commentators as well.
Yeah.
And when I heard that initially when you're coming to the crease where they're talking about his last series he might want to do this or that, and it's like it's not just like we have a left-hander coming at the other end. It's like it feels very like reactive almost to like how your form is, but also like again like in this hypothetical Cricket 26 world, it definitely adds a little bit of layering to it. But I will say that I am hopeful one day we get some of our Indian commentators, some Hindi commentary as well. And I remember, I think Ross had mentioned on Twitter that he was like, they were this close to getting it. So, I mean, imagine maybe we'll get Shastri in for Cricket 28. Maybe we should pitch it to him.
Bro, Shastri is the one we need, bro. Honestly, like, okay, I wouldn't mind Harsha Bhogle as well or Sunil Gavaskar, but having Ravi Shastri, bro, like it would just. That's when it was actually started appealing more to the Indian audiences because, like, of course, with the IPL licenses, like, it's got more popular there. They're not just focusing on England, Australia now, but having Indian team licensed long way from now. I don't see that coming anytime soon. But at least getting Indian commentators, which other games have got already,
Yes.
that's something which they can definitely pull off for the next one.
Yeah. I think I know Harsha is involved with Hit Cricket, the app cricket game,
Yeah,
the cricket game app, and then you also have Akash Chopra. I think he is also on Real Cricket, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
So you have all these guys. No, sorry, not Akash Chopra. I think it's Sanjay Manjrekar. I
Okay,
think he's
yeah,
also
yeah.
in a game.
Sunday mentioned on Geo Cricket, I think. Yeah,
Yes, I think that's it. And again, if I think the game already appeals so much to the Indian audience already. You got our stadiums, you got the players.
yeah.
We just need that one little aspect. Even licensing aside, if you get like even one, Hindi commentator, I think that would be appealing to, a huge percentage of players as well. So,
100%.
that is something that I'm sure they're also working very hard on getting. I know it's very difficult to get the time to record and
Yeah,
get them even to give their likeness,
yeah.
but again, that is one of those things that if you add it in, it'll take the game to like a very new level.
No, I agree. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like wrapping that point up, the commentary definitely worked on. Along with that, though, like I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but in the crowd, the fans had like jerseys on. Like
Yeah.
again, we've gone into depth with this analysis, by the way. So I'm sure you guys have even noticed that because it was not in Cricket 24, by the way. So now when you actually start a game with all the licensed teams, you actually get to see the fans wearing their jerseys in the stadium. So again, a very small factor, but it's those small things that add up and make the game better. So that's something I'm sure you guys noticed in the clip that I was playing for the Ashes. Along with that, though, we got an update like I think a week ago. I made a video on it as well if you guys haven't watched it. But we now have player vocals and audiences like screaming, shouting for their team. Like we have chants in the game now. Like honestly, wasn't expecting that update to come midway at all. Like, what were your thoughts when the update dropped?
Dude, that's like one of those things where it's like you never even thought about asking for it. It's like you got something you never even knew you needed. Like, I mean, we were playing a game the other day and we were getting the India. I think you were bowling as Hardik also, and the Hardik chant.
Yeah. And they have the Hardik chant as well. Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you really see like even though yes, these aren't like the licensed things.
Yeah.
They took the time to really get the recordings in. Even like the crowd noise, like in Wankade and stuff like that. It sounds like you're in India and you're like watching a match, and it's like one of those things that I really like. I really love. I respect it, and I think like that's very commendable that Big Ant added that in.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the clip though for the chants, I've got a small clip which I'll show you guys. I'm sure if you guys have played the game in the last week or so, you guys must have heard the chant, especially if you're playing at one of the Indian stadiums. But I do have a clip here, which I think they are chanting India Jeetega. Like just weren't expecting this to come midway through, not midway, but just I was expecting something like this to come with the game, not just out of nowhere, because they didn't even mention it in the patch notes. It just got randomly added to the game.
Yeah.
But here is the clip, as you guys can see. Like I'll let you guys hear the clip, but it's a great addition to the game, and I'll play the clip now.
Oi.
Oh, Jaffa.
क्या bowling पाजी.
So I'm not sure if you guys noticed. Hopefully you guys noticed. I know it wasn't probably as loud, but you do notice. I think they have made it a little louder. This is one of the initial clips that I got when it just dropped randomly, but definitely like weren't expecting this update to drop out of nowhere. Along with that, they've also got player vocals now. While the bowlers celebrate like the wicket, but they have removed it in the latest patch. I'm sure it'll be back soon.
Yeah.
But again, a very small factor. I've got a clip for that as well, which I'll show you guys now. But also a cool new factor to be added to the game. A very small factor once again. But I'll show you guys how that clip sounds if you guys haven't come across it, because I know they removed it and it's been a couple of days now. Not sure why. It's becoming a bit of a thing where they make a new update and make a mistake, but hopefully not. It doesn't occur too often. But I'll show you guys the clip, and yeah, here is the clip. I'll let you guys hear the clip, and then we'll give our review on this. Wait, what a catch!
Fielding. Now, that's not too far off from what Chakravarti sounds like.
No, that's fact. That's fact. Again, a very small factor, but in case you guys haven't noticed, they did add this for a brief week, I think. When I was playing the game yesterday, I didn't notice the player vocals. So I think they removed it from the latest patch we got on the 19th. But I'm sure by the time we get this up, it may already be back if they drop a new patch update. So definitely that's something which they have got as well. Along with that, something which we wanted to cover and we wanted to make sure we don't forget two big factors. First is rain. Like again, Cricket 19 had rain. Then they're like, well, just rain doesn't exist anymore from 2019 onwards in the Big Am Studios world. But they brought it back. They brought it back. So that was good to have. I'll show you guys a clip for that as well first, and then we'll give our review on what we think, because it is a little inconsistent. You have to put specific settings for the rain to come, but I think it definitely, at least with the whole DLS method, I think that's good to have. Along with that, now they've actually added a visual of the players walking off the field as well and having a chat with the umpires. So I'll show you guys that clip now, just a very short clip. But as you guys could see here, they are going to be taking off the field. And they're going to be looking up in the sky as well. You know, it's pouring apparently. But, and then it just automatically got reduced, like the game, as you guys could see. So again, a very small thing. I'm walking out for the 100, you know. If you guys want an episode on this career mode series, let me know. But as you guys could see now, they've automatically reduced the game to 3 deliveries less, I guess. But still better than nothing, to be honest.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
I think I think Ross was like, CB's coming from 19 to 26, so we better bring some 19 features with him. They didn't bring scenarios though. I wish they brought that.
Yeah, like the intro and rain were features in 19. 19 had a 20 intro as well. I still remember the whole he takes one player, puts him on the back, while celebrating. Or what are the intros there for T20? I think, or one day, I forget. But yeah, man, it's good that they brought these things back.
For sure.
Yeah, the final thing which we wanted to talk about was batting. Again, this is probably the most important thing in the game. Of course, bowling is important. Bowling has been good in the game, but batting is something that they've taken to the next level in this game. What are your thoughts on the batting?
Bro, it's one of those things. Initially, I don't know if I should speak about it, but when they had the initial Cricket 26 leaks, I remember when we saw the new wheel on the top that had, not just the buttons you press for a different shot selection, but also unorthodox shot, leaving the ball, advancing, grounded. And, you see these things and you're just like, okay, are they leaning more towards, more batting heavy controls? Or is it just a very, I guess, superficial addition? Yeah. And when we got the game, oh my God. Dude, we were talking about the animation first, but to actually have control of those animations is one of those big things. And when we play one-on-one with each other, we're playing some shots that are insane. We're playing back foot cover drives. Yeah. We're playing, some insane hook shots. I mean, the animations go hand in hand with just the mechanics of it. And, you feel very much in control when you're batting. I know, yes, physics have changed. Bowling has changed a little bit as well. But, the batting to complement those things has been phenomenal. What are your thoughts?
No, I agree 100%. I was trying to share the batting clip, but I just think while batting, you just have a lot more control now in terms of where you want to play the shot. Because initially how it always used to be in 24, right? It was for example, if you hit one of the gaps, whatever, cover drive or on the leg side, the ball would sort of just sometimes would automatically sort of fix it for you. If I'm trying to play on the leg side and it's a bad shot selection, there, right? For example, shot choice is okay, so I completely missed the ball, right? It was a poor shot. But had it been 22 or 24, it would have just automatically sort of helped me out and made me change my shot or in another direction. That's something in this game I'm not sure how they removed it, because initially when I started playing the first game, the batting was so much more difficult. I was batting on medium, and on 24 I was batting on custom sliders that were pretty difficult already. And then I switched to this. I'm this is difficult because you have to make sure that firstly timing was always there in any game, but just the shot selection and to judge a good length, either to play on the front foot or back foot. Like it's so much more precision, and I don't know how they did this, to be honest, because you don't notice it while you're watching a gameplay or you're watching someone else play the game. Until you don't play the game, you don't realize that how much more difficult the batting has gotten.
Yeah, no, I think like that's one of the things where I'm not sure if it's because they reduced the CPU assist with your batting, or if it came along with the additional physics and things like that they've added in the game.
Yeah.
But like you could not have said it better yourself. Like the precision that you need to play this game is definitely higher. When we first got our hands on the game, we were like, "Oh my god, it's gonna take us a little while to judge the swing, judge the pitch of the ball." I mean, even there's some good length deliveries that because of the conditions, one game you're playing on the front foot versus the second game you have to quickly adapt and play on the back.
Yeah.
And it's that could be the difference between a standard defense shot versus like your middle stump being blown off. No pun intended. But it's one of those things that like you want to add to the game for sure. Like it adds such a new level of realism, and I love it. I think it's one of those things that they've definitely worked on. They've definitely spent some time looking at how the game played out in 24. And we're like, okay, how can we make this a little bit more like you have control over your players versus okay, if strategically I hit an ideal shot, even with good timing and things like that, it can still go to the fence. But now it's like, okay, was that necessarily the right shot? Like, was the technique proper in that sense? And again, that's one of the things that I'm glad they added.
Yeah. I feel like people haven't spoken about that enough in the review videos. Like they've, of course, talking about the big features, which we already talked about as well. That'd be like, commentary, like ashes, batting, bowling styles. But just the batting, how much difficult it's got, like it's really good because it makes it more realistic. While you're playing a game in real life, if you get a good line delivery, you have to judge based on the pitch if you should play on the front foot or back foot, right?
Yeah.
It's those factors considered into the game now. Which I agree, maybe perhaps the CPU, but I feel like they deserve more credit for that because it makes it a lot more realistic. But again, guys, I know the question was, should you guys buy Cricket 24? Is it worth to buy? It's been a month. It released on the 21st, right? The 21st, right? So
21st.
It's been about a month now, more than a month. But if I were like, you just switched from 19 to 24 about like 2 weeks ago, right? So like, how big of a jump was it for you? And if you were to recommend it for someone for 19 or 22, like what would be your recommendation? To go for the buy or to keep the game they have?
Look, I know that even when I saw the price tag of 26, I was like, oh my god, like this is it's almost like the same price as if I bought like FC 26 or something like that, if I bought like another sports game. And initially I thought, have they made the necessary additions to justify the price point? And they've more than done that. I think like for me, when I got 24, obviously I was playing on an old gen console, the Xbox One. 24 didn't run as well on my end, and that's not Big N's fault. That was purely because it is an old gen console, and then you have a new gen game, so it's not going to run as well. But obviously since then I've upgraded to a PC. We both have very mid-range PCs, to be honest, from what I've seen online. And we've both seen the immense positive effects of the game. I think like they've just done such a brilliant job. I mean, graphically, I think you have the nice textures of not just the jerseys, but even like the outfield and things like that. You can definitely feel like it's you're watching on like Fox Cricket almost. Like it feels very good to visually see. I think playing the game, we've enjoyed it quite a bit. PvP, they've just done such a phenomenal job in making sure that experience is up to the level of the other games. And I was thinking about it this morning. I bought the game maybe 2.5-3 weeks ago. And since then, this team has put out almost like 6 or I think like 5 or 6 different patches. And, I feel that, it's a bit sentimental that, we are buying a game not just to play the game, but we're also investing in people who are giving so much time. I mean, these guys are literally working on weekends trying to fix patches. And, they have a CEO who's very responsive. I think, even when we have reached out about different concerns and things like that, they've been very helpful.
I'm sure if you guys check Twitter, just
check
put
Twitter.
In 239, like you guys will see how much.
And Ross knows our names.
I'm not. Good or
for
bad.
Good or for bad, he knows our names. But no, I think overall I've been very, very happy, and the fact that they've not only just, it doesn't feel like, you're buying a DLC for 26. It's not like that at all. It's like, this is a brand new game.
Yeah.
They've definitely upped every single aspect of it. I think, we have some fantastic creators coming in as well. Waste Your Youth has come back. We have AJ as well. We have VO Max is coming in this week, hopefully.
That's going to be the crazy man to take it to the next level now.
Exactly. So even if your team is not licensed, if you're an RCB fan like us, an Indian fan like us, clearly, you will definitely get to enjoy your team as well. So I think it's an amazing experience, and definitely buy it.
Definitely. I 100%. Like I bought 19. My first ever game with DBZ 17. I don't know how I convinced my parents for that when I was back in like grade 7 or whatever. But anyways, though, since big answer, I've been committed like since then, But then I got 19. Funny story with 19 actually. So I got on Amazon India, right? So one of my uncles said he was in India coming back, and he told me that if you want anything, let me know. So I'm like, okay, 19 here is like $60, Canadian. So I'm like, it's kind of expensive, right? So considering I've just got DBC 17 like 1 year ago, back then no channel as well, of course. That was after I got 19. So I sent him the link on Amazon. Cricket 19 was like very cheap. When I converted, it was half the price, like less than half the price.
Yeah.
So, like, sure, like I'll get it, like I'll bring it for you, right? And I got the disc, right? Like full cover, everything, right? Like proper, okay? And then I opened the cover, and I even on the disc, like they've got the full printout and everything fine. And I put it in, and then it was just like first thing nothing was happening, and then I only got a play option. I started playing some movie.
Oh my god!
I was like, damn, like
you got scared.
It broke my heart because like I still have the cover, and that's why I still kept that for memories. Like just it still looks nice. Like having physical like games still hits different compared to having them online. But
for sure,
it was so heartbreaking, and then my parents felt bad, so they're like, "Fine, we'll buy the game for you on the store."
Wow.
But hey, like if I never got the game, like maybe there would have been no channel, So unless I would have played with DBC 17, but of course 19 is different. That's where I met CB. The collaboration started. So
क्या सेंटी साला
no, so 19 is
where I met CB.
No, I think that was a funny story. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the first. It was a kid video as well. We started with a kid video. It wasn't even a random 1v1 or whatever. But anyways, though, point being is from 19, 22, and 24, playing all three games, buying Cricket 26. Firstly, I was hesitant, but I'm like, I want to make content on it for you guys. So I was like, let's buy the game and see how it is, right? So, but definitely blown my mind away from something as simple as batting. When I started the game, I was struggling. Like even when I was trying to defend the ball, I was missing everything. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I realized that I'd have to be more precise with the way I want to bat in terms of the direction. So those small factors, along with that, just the commentary, very small things, but even the rain, to be honest. So I've been enjoying the game a lot. Of course, the patch updates have made it a lot better, but the whole Chants made it 10 times better, to be honest. I keep the crowd to like 100% now because like it just, it brings in the vibe, So definitely recommend it. I say, especially if you guys have 19 or 22 and you guys are considering to buy the game, 100% go for it. Like it's not going to disappoint 100%. If you have 24, it really depends if you want these factors, like, the chants, commentary, the new licensed bowling styles, those small factors. If you want to get those factors, it's worth the buy. If you just want a classic cricket game with licenses, you already have that in 24, right? So that's when it's your call. But especially if 22 or beyond, like before that, definitely I say it's worth the buy.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself. I think it's gonna, if even when you do get the game, if you do, there's definitely a learning curve. 100%. It's going to be a little difficult when you first get it, but honestly stick with it because that game is just so much fun. It really does feel like DB and I, we've played cricket before. Like we know like it's very similar to like, that satisfaction of getting one right in the middle of the bat. You feel the same way when you get one over here.
Exactly.
And DB loves when I get a perfect cover drive against him, nah?
100%. Yeah. And CB loves when I bowl in that quick in swinger,
Yeah, my middle stump. That if you wonder why this podcast is named Middle Stump Banter, it's because DB keeps blowing out my middle stump in game.
Yeah, yesterday, bro, I don't know what Mia was up to, bro, but ball hit the stumps and went to the boundary too. So,
bro, Mia by for GT. Oh my goodness,
yo, that on the channel. Let us know, like us playing online. along with that, if you guys have any ideas for future podcasts as well, I know we want to talk about like real world cricketing events as well. So like maybe the T20 World Cup squad or
Oh yeah,
current ongoing series. You guys let us know in the comment section below because we're experimenting with this, right? So it's all about what you guys want to see. That's the most important thing.
absolutely. And if you guys have any tips for managing the team, I'll be sure to forward it to Gigi. I'm sure he loves a little feedback. I know it's not his domain.
Yeah,
It's not.
and I'm
I'm
sure
not
he'll
in his
take that.
domain.
Don't say anything about that one player, otherwise probably gonna get blocked.
Shana Rana. Tara.
Shana, bro. I'll just leave it at that. So, but I really hope
Yes.
you guys enjoyed though. Let us know again. Any ideas you guys have. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the podcast.
Yeah, bros. Come on, hit the like button, hit that ghante on the top as well, bro. If you honestly comment what jersey I should wear next time, guys.
What?
Comment what jersey I should wear next time.
Yeah, Bros already got like till like what from 2021, 2020, right? All the way from the retro kit, from
the
Australia.
retro kit,
right?
yeah, I couldn't
So, yeah,
afford
from
the
there,
next
just Google. If you guys don't know the list, just Google it.
one. Google it.
From all
PBS.
the that have been made since then for India, and yeah, we'll stick with this or I got the RCB kit as well. That too.
Wow. Wow.
Huawei.
Finally, Isala Cup Namnu.
That
is one. If you're an RCB fan, now if you're an RCB fan, we don't have the license in game, but you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe 28. Maybe 28.
Second I get even a small leak, we'll drop a new video. Is RCB
drop a
coming
new
in
video.
2026?
Nah, we'll be there.
We'll be there 100%. I really hope. Fingers crossed. Like, probably knowing RCB and the Indian team, very low chance. But
Yeah.
Ross could convince BCCI for like 9 of the IPL teams, you know. So I mean, one more. Come on, like before the start of IPL, that'll be pretty crazy. That'll be a big. Then it'll take the game if they get the full IPL license, like with auction and everything. Even though
Yeah.
that's a lot tougher to get, getting 10 IPL team versus getting the whole IPL licensed, but still that'll be a big jump.
Nah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I think I mentioned it to you the other day when we were talking how Netflix is making the next FIFA game, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
the fact that they're making this right before a World Cup, you know that people are gonna go play that game now, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine if whichever company ends up getting that BCCI license, like everyone's just gonna play that game. Like I really do think that.
Factor, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe that's what they need. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. This is a lot of fun.
Great. Yes, I know it's under an hour, so hopefully you guys are watching to the end. And yes, guys, we're joining you guys to the next episode. Until then, everybody, do take care.